I would just like to pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the land upon which we meet today, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. We'd also like to extend that acknowledgement to the people of Norfolk Island and acknowledge their traditions and cultures of the island, and also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land wherever this film presentation may go to. So thank you all for being here this morning. We appreciate that you all come from a range of backgrounds, but I think the thing that we can safely say you all share in common is that you're working with young people. Some of you will be parents and have your own young people, of which some of the learnings from today you'll be able to take back home or reflect upon some of the conversations that you might have already had with young people in your lives. But today is really about empowering you as key people in those young people's lives to be able to deliver sexual health messaging. So that's what brings us all together today, and that's what we collaboratively share, is our passion for young people, wanting to empower and support you and provide you with the skills and the knowledge that you need to go back and have these conversations with young people around all things sexual health. So to cap on that a little bit more, whether or not you realise it, parents and carers and people who have key roles in a young person's life, such as teachers and youth workers, they are primary educators. They are the people who young people feel trusted to turn towards to find out information about some of the more complex issues that they may find within their life, such as sexual health, drug and alcohol, mental health. If we start to have these conversations early in a young person's life, you develop that trust and rapport with that young person, okay? They're going to feel more comfortable coming to you and having these conversations, even though they may sometimes be difficult for the young person and also sometimes difficult for yourself as the parent, the carer or the worker. But this resource that we'll talk you through today will certainly help you to develop a stronger association and a stronger skill base and knowledge base to deliver some of those key messages. Quite often we hear from parents in particular around having conversations with their young people when it comes to sexual health. Some parents take that conversation on wholeheartedly and realise that as parents or carers they do have a responsibility to be having that conversation with their young people. Other parents or carers go, you know what, they do that at school. That's the responsibility of school. They do that in PE, they get that education in health. I don't need to have those conversations. The reality is that parents and carers do need to be having those conversations. They are the family home or the unit, whether that be with biological parents or other carers or other people who respectfully that young person looks up to, is where those conversations need to start. That's where the young person feels safest and most comfortable to be able to open up about their experience and also to be open to that learning process and facilitation. This is about a learning experience from the moment a young person or a child is born. Sex and sexuality is what we call a cradle to grave phenomenon. From the moment we're born, we're learning associations and relationships. We're learning about physical touch, we're learning about those hopefully loving and caring, supportive environments, and we're learning what it means to be a part of a relationship and what a relationship looks like. And as I mentioned, the more that we're able to talk openly about sexuality and all things to do with sexual health, the more comfortable that young person starts to feel with us. Again, remember the importance of developing that trust and rapport with the young person so that they feel comfortable to come to us with any issue, okay? Regardless of it be sexual health, drug and alcohol, mental health, there are three key things that young people are coming to us with. Having these conversations and communicating with young people around these issues are also going to lead to better health outcomes, okay? So not just sexual health outcomes, but health outcomes in general.